Alright everybody, so this video I'm going to be sharing some of the cool things that I found when I was staying in Frankfurt. This is going to be a series. I realize that I have so many pictures and so much content that I should split it up. So, as always, this is not a very interesting view, but I guess I was a little bit worried that the weather was going to really stink. Germany's climate is very similar to Washington's. My first connection was basically in Calgary, which is British Columbia, Canada, or maybe, sorry, I think just Canada. This was a pretty neat picture that I found, and there you can see Bienvenue au Canada, so don't be fooled by that because most people in Canada do actually not speak French, which was very sad to me. Je suis très désolé, très triste. The airport was really nice though in Canada, which was really sweet. So the biggest thing I wanted to point out here, so this was on the way to Frankfurt. This was my first meal to Germany, and I mean, it was delicious. And I think the biggest thing that I wanted to share and let everybody know is that this is a favorite topic of mine, is how the list of ingredients is so much smaller and different when you go to other countries like Canada and in the European, is it still called the European Union? I actually have no idea. I'm too lazy to look it up, but they do not use artificial sweeteners, and you can see that on that bottle of tea. Now, some people are probably going to call me insane, but I actually walked from the Frankfurt airport to my hotel, which the clock time said 2 hours and 40 minutes. I think I made it in about 2:15. I honestly didn't time it. It was a pretty good walk though. And I crossed that train track there. But I finally made it to my hotel, and the reason I walked was because, I needed to stretch my legs a little bit after being on the plane. But this was the breakfast bar at my hotel, and they had a juicer, and you could make fresh juice with apples and celery and ginger, and I have stayed, I can't tell you how many times I've stayed in hotels in the United States, and we do not have this. Why do we not have this? I mean, maybe I'm staying at the wrong hotels. Leave a comment down below if I'm doing something wrong, but I stayed in a variety of hotels, and why is our food so much worse? Look at the depth of the color of the tomatoes there, and when is the last time you had beans, for instance, served, or a sausage that looks like it was homemade or home grilled? All the breakfast places that in my recent recollection are all the same, very basic, sad, processed, not fake eggs, and of course you always get the pre-made pancake or waffle mix to make waffles. I'm talking right over my pictures of Frankfurt here. This is actually one of the bridges that was very close to where I was staying. This is downtown Frankfurt. It was really sweet. There was a river going through, and one of the days I actually went to this, I was just walking around, and these very sweet German Italians made a pizza for me for free because the credit card machine was down. But I went back to pay for it later because it was very nice of them. This was, again, the breakfast that I had at my hotel. It wasn't included, but I think it was like 20 euros. But to me, having fresh food like this that was just made, I'm pretty sure they had just made most of this. It was all almost as if it was better than if I had made it at home. I actually cooked quite a bit. And this is another picture of downtown Frankfurt. I got very lucky. The weather was absolutely gorgeous. And so I spent as much time as I could walking around, exploring outside. And funny enough, I ran into this get together that was happening, and I guess it was like an international festival of some kind where people from different countries. This was our table, the table of the United States, were. Yeah, this is actually out of order. I'm sorry. This was downtown Frankfurt, but I'm not exactly sure of the significance. I just saw the euro and the stars there, so I don't know. Maybe somebody could mention what that actually is. Here's a picture of me. I thought I was pretty cool. Kind of look like Batman here without the mask. They put me on the 18th floor, which was, I guess, okay. I just kind of rode the elevator up. Maybe they just wanted to keep me away because I from the bottom floor because I stunk or something. But this was one of the churches, Kirche in German. If you go back and look in the earlier photos, you can see there were several churches that are very tall like that in the background. You'd see just here over the under the bridge on the left-hand side. That's one of the churches, I believe. So there were several of those in Frankfurt, which I walked around and kind of explored a little bit. And this was I kind of messed up the order here. I'm sorry about that. But this was the international festival. You could see these. I'm not sure if they're Chinese, but they were playing, having these presentations, dancing, live music, and there was an English, I think it was an Italian English singer. I didn't include her or any of the sound because I don't, obviously don't want to copyright or I don't know what. Sorry, I'm still dealing with jet lag, so my brain is really foggy. But yeah, there was these guys out on the street. This is still during the festival in Frankfurt. There's a little bit of kissy action going on there in front of me and some kids, and these guys are doing live performance out for everybody. So just pretty cool, and they engage some of the audience. So there's a two-man. I can't remember if it was in a two-man cartwheel, but this was pretty hilarious actually. One night I was watching TV at home and I saw you are seeing this correctly. They are teaching kids in Germany to hobby horse is what this was called, Hobbyhorse. And it's basically you just jump. You have a little hobby horse and you carry it around and you jump. You just jump around, I guess, with those toys. And they're teaching kids to do this at 18. No wonder our children's mental health is so great, right? This is about the end of the video. One of the things that it's not really that big of a deal, I guess, but there was graffiti everywhere. Kids, I guess, can't keep them hands to themselves. And between these two, this was when I was about to board the bus to leave Frankfurt. There's a lot of pee and waste between those two things. And this is just a selfie of me. This is just a selfie of me outside of my hotel. Can't remember how I felt in this photograph, but yeah, just of course, obviously you got to do a selfie, otherwise it didn't happen, right? It was wonderful. Scandic Frankfurt Museum Surfer, couldn't recommend them enough. It was pretty cheap. I think it was only like 100 or 2 euros per night, but much better than most of the most of the hotels I've stayed in. Like I was talking about earlier in the video, are easily $200 or more per night, and then you get the crappy breakfast, and it's not anywhere near as nice as that the Frankfurt hotel I stayed in. So let me know what you think. Have you ever been to Frankfurt? What's it like there? What's your experience? yeah, this is looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Probably going to be 2 or 3 parts here, huh?